Hey beautiful Taurus souls, welcome back to my channel. I just finished setting up my cards, and the energy around September for you, Taurus signs, is absolutely buzzing with potential. I have my deck here, and honestly, before I even started shuffling, I could feel this magnetic pull toward relationship energy and emotional depth. So let me dive right into what September has in store for you when it comes to connections, feelings, and what might unfold between you and that special someone. I want to start by saying that September is going to be such an interesting month for Taurus because Venus, your ruling planet, is doing some fascinating moves that I can already sense in these cards. The energy feels both grounded and surprisingly dynamic, which is so perfectly you, Taurus. You like stability, but you also crave those moments of beautiful transformation. Let me shuffle these cards and see what comes through for you. I always love reading for Taurus because your energy is so honest and real. You don't want sugar-coated nonsense, you want the truth, and that's exactly what I'm going to give you today. Okay? The first card that wants to come forward for you, Taurus, is the Eight of Swords, and before you panic, hear me out, because this card is showing up in such a beautiful way for your September energy. This isn't about being trapped or stuck like people usually interpret this card. What I'm seeing here is that you've been overthinking this connection, this situation, this person. You've created these mental barriers and restrictions around what could happen between you two. And September is the month where those self-imposed limitations start to dissolve. The Eight of Swords here is telling me that the person you're asking about, they've been seeing you as someone who might be unavailable or disinterested. But that's not the truth, is it? You've been protecting yourself, creating this invisible barrier because you're scared of being vulnerable. But September brings this beautiful clarity where you realize that most of these fears exist only in your mind. What's really fascinating about this card showing up first is that it's pointing to a breakthrough moment around the second week of September. I'm seeing you having this sudden realization that you've been standing in your own way. The Eight of Swords often shows a figure who could easily step out of the swords surrounding them if they just chose to move. And that's exactly what's happening for you. The bonds aren't real, Taurus. The limitations you think exist in this connection are mostly mental constructs you've built to keep yourself safe. I'm also picking up that this person you're thinking about has been getting mixed signals from you, and they're confused about where they stand. The Eight of Swords is showing me that there's been this mental dance happening where both of you are assuming the other isn't interested, but the reality is so different from what either of you are perceiving. September is when this fog of confusion starts to lift. The beautiful thing about this card appearing for your September reading is that it's promising liberation. You're going to find the courage to speak more openly, to show your true feelings, to step out of this mental prison you've created around this connection. I'm seeing late September being particularly powerful for this breakthrough energy. Let me pull another card to see what's happening with their current feelings toward you. The card coming through is the Page of Wands, and oh my goodness, Taurus, this is such a refreshing card to see. This person is feeling inspired by you in ways they probably haven't even fully articulated to themselves yet. The Page of Wands represents new enthusiasm, creative energy, and this sense of exciting possibility. What this card is telling me about their feelings is that you spark something very youthful and optimistic in them. Even if this person is older or more experienced in life, you bring out this sense of wonder and possibility that they haven't felt in a long time. The Page of Wands is all about that initial spark of inspiration, that moment when someone makes you feel like anything is possible. I'm getting strong messages that this person thinks about you more than you realize. The Page of Wands is curious, eager, and constantly thinking about new possibilities. This person finds themselves daydreaming about what could happen between you two. They're not just attracted to you physically, though that's definitely part of it, but they're fascinated by your mind, your approach to life, your steady but passionate nature. There's something about your Taurus energy that makes them feel more grounded while simultaneously making them want to explore new horizons. It's like you represent both security and adventure to them, which is such a beautiful combination. The Page of Wands is telling me they're in this phase where they're building up courage to make a move, to express these feelings more clearly. I'm also seeing that they admire your authenticity. Taurus, you don't play games, you don't put on masks, and this person finds that incredibly attractive in a world where so many people are constantly performing. The Page of Wands here is showing me they're developing deeper feelings for you precisely because you're so real, so genuine in everything you do. Now, let me see what specific events or situations might unfold between you two in September. The card that wants to come forward is the Knight of Cups, and this is giving me such romantic, flowing energy for your month ahead. The Knight of Cups is all about emotional pursuit, romantic gestures, and heartfelt communication. This card is showing me that September brings a much more emotionally expressive phase in whatever is developing between you two. If things have been subtle or uncertain up until now, the Knight of Cups is promising that someone is going to make their feelings much more clear. This could be you stepping into this more emotionally available space, or it could be them, but most likely it's both of you meeting in this new emotional territory. The Knight of Cups often represents someone making a romantic approach, and I'm seeing this happening around the third week of September. This isn't going to be a casual text or a vague hint. This is someone putting their heart on the line, being vulnerable, expressing genuine feelings. The energy feels like finally, the real emotions come to the surface. What I love about this card for you, Taurus, is that it's promising depth. The Knight of Cups doesn't do surface-level interactions. This person is going to share something meaningful with you, something that shows you just how much you mean to them. I'm seeing conversations that go late into the night, sharing dreams and fears and hopes for the future. There's also travel energy around this card, so don't be surprised if September brings an opportunity to spend time together in a new environment, maybe a weekend trip, maybe just exploring a new part of your city together, but the Knight of Cups loves to create romantic atmospheres and new experiences. I'm also picking up that this person might surprise you with their emotional intelligence and depth. If you've been seeing them as someone who plays things close to the chest, the Knight of Cups is showing me they're about to reveal a much more emotionally articulate and expressive side of themselves. Let me pull one more card to see what the potential outcome looks like if you both lean into this energy that's building. The card coming through is the Four of Pentacles, and I know what you're thinking. This sounds like holding back or being stingy, but that's not what I'm seeing here at all. The Four of Pentacles in this context is showing me something beautiful about security and commitment. This card is telling me that whatever develops between you two in September has the potential to become something really solid and lasting. The Four of Pentacles here represents choosing to invest in something valuable, holding on to something precious. What this card is showing me is that both of you are going to recognize that what you have together is worth protecting and nurturing. The Four of Pentacles can represent building a foundation, creating security, choosing stability over uncertainty. After all the emotional expression of the Knight of Cups, this card is saying that you're both going to want to create something real and lasting from these feelings. I'm seeing that by the end of September, you'll both be in this space where you're ready to commit more deeply to exploring this connection. The Four of Pentacles doesn't rush into things, which is perfect for your Taurus nature, but it also doesn't let valuable opportunities slip away. There's also an element here about resources and shared goals. This card is hinting that you and this person might start talking about practical matters, future plans, ways to build something together. It's not just emotional connection anymore. It's starting to think about real-life integration. But I want to pull a few more cards because I'm feeling like there are some deeper layers to this September story that want to come through. Let me see what challenges or obstacles might arise that you should be aware of. The card that's practically jumping out of the deck is the Hermit, and this is such an interesting card to appear in a relationship reading. But I'm getting a really positive message from this card for you, Taurus. The Hermit is showing me that September requires some inner wisdom and self-reflection to navigate this connection successfully. What the Hermit is telling me is that you need to trust your inner guidance more than external opinions or advice. People around you might have thoughts about this connection, might try to influence your decisions. But September is asking you to go within and listen to what your soul is telling you about this person. The Hermit also represents taking time to really understand your own feelings. You're in this phase where you need to separate what you actually feel from what you think you should feel. Taurus, you sometimes get caught up in practical considerations or worry about whether something makes logical sense. But the Hermit is encouraging you to honor what your heart knows to be true. I'm also seeing that this person might need some space to process their own feelings during parts of September. The Hermit suggests that both of you benefit from having time to reflect independently before coming together to share what you've discovered about yourselves and your feelings. There's wisdom energy around this card that tells me you're both going to gain clarity about what you really want from each other and from this connection. The Hermit shines a light on truth, and September is going to illuminate some beautiful truths about the potential between you two. What's really cool about the Hermit appearing here is that it suggests this connection is going to help both of you understand yourselves better. You're not just falling for each other, you're discovering new parts of yourselves through this relationship. Now let me see what advice the cards have for you about how to navigate September successfully. The card coming through is the Six of Cups, and this is bringing such sweet, nostalgic energy to your reading. The Six of Cups is about emotional connections that feel familiar and comfortable, relationships that touch something deep in your soul. This card is advising you to approach this connection with openness and emotional availability. The Six of Cups often represents people who have known each other before, either in this lifetime or energetically, and there's this sense of recognition and comfort. September is encouraging you to embrace those feelings of familiarity and warmth rather than questioning them. The Six of Cups is also about generosity of spirit. This card is advising you to give freely of your emotional energy, to share your feelings, to be generous with affection and attention. Taurus, you have such a capacity for deep, nurturing love, and September is the time to let that side of you shine. I'm also seeing that this card is encouraging you to embrace a more playful approach to this connection. The Six of Cups has this beautiful childlike energy of joy and innocence. You don't have to be so serious about everything, so worried about outcomes. Sometimes the best connections develop when we approach them with curiosity and lightness. There might be opportunities in September to share childhood memories, to talk about your past, to connect over shared experiences or similar backgrounds. The Six of Cups loves these kinds of bonding moments that create deeper emotional intimacy. This card is also suggesting that acts of kindness and thoughtfulness are going to be really important in September. Small gestures, remembering details about what they like, showing up consistently with genuine care. The Six of Cups is all about those simple but meaningful expressions of affection. Let me pull one more card to see what surprises September might hold for your love life. The card wants to come forward is the Seven of Wands, and this is giving me such interesting defensive energy, but not in a negative way. The Seven of Wands is showing me that you might need to defend this connection against outside influences or opinions. Maybe friends or family members have thoughts about this person or this relationship that don't align with what you're feeling. September might require you to stand up for what you want and trust your own judgment over other people's input. But what's really fascinating about this card is that it's also showing me that this person might be in a position where they need to choose you over other options or distractions. The Seven of Wands represents standing your ground, fighting for what matters, making clear choices about priorities. I'm getting the message that this person has other people interested in them, other potential romantic options, but you're the one they really want to pursue. September is when they're going to make that choice clear, when they're going to prioritize what's developing between you two over other possibilities. The Seven of Wands is also about persistence and determination. This card is telling me that even if there are obstacles or challenges that arise in September, both of you have the strength and commitment to work through them. You're not going to give up easily on each other. There's also energy here about defining boundaries and being clear about what you want from this connection. The Seven of Wands doesn't accept wishy-washy energy. September is asking both of you to be direct about your intentions and expectations. Now, I want to look at what's happening in the emotional realm specifically. What feelings are going to surface in September? The card I'm getting is the Three of Pentacles. And this might seem unusual for emotions, but I'm seeing this as collaboration and building something beautiful together. The Three of Pentacles is showing me that your feelings in September are going to shift from individual attraction to partnership consciousness. You're going to start seeing this person as someone you could build something real with, someone whose skills and qualities complement your own perfectly. This card often represents working together toward common goals, and I'm seeing that September brings opportunities for you and this person to collaborate on something, maybe something creative or practical, that shows you how well you function as a team. These shared experiences are going to deepen your emotional connection in unexpected ways. The Three of Pentacles also suggests that other people are going to start noticing the chemistry between you two. This card often appears when a relationship starts becoming more visible to others, when people start commenting on how good you are together or how much sense you make as a pair. What I love about this card for your emotional development is that it's showing mutual respect and admiration growing stronger in September. The Three of Pentacles represents recognizing each other's talents and abilities, supporting each other's goals and dreams. This isn't just attraction anymore. It's genuine partnership potential. I'm also seeing that you might start planning things together for the future, having conversations about shared interests and goals. The Three of Pentacles loves to build and create, so September might bring discussions about trips you want to take together, projects you want to work on, experiences you want to share. Let me see what their specific feelings are going to be toward you as September progresses. The card coming through is the King of Cups, and Taurus, this is such a mature, stable, emotional energy. This person's feelings for you are going to deepen and mature significantly during September. The King of Cups represents emotional mastery and depth. This person is moving beyond initial attraction into something much more substantial. They're starting to see you as someone they could build a real future with, someone who brings both emotional satisfaction and practical stability to their life. What the King of Cups is showing me about their feelings is that they admire your emotional intelligence and your ability to create harmony in relationships. Taurus, you have this incredible gift for making people feel secure and cared for, and this person is really starting to appreciate that quality in you. The King of Cups is also telling me that this person is becoming more emotionally available and open with you. If they've been guarded or hesitant in the past, September brings a shift where they feel safe enough to show you their deeper feelings and vulnerabilities. I'm seeing that they think of you as someone who could be an incredible partner, someone who balances emotional depth with practical wisdom. The King of Cups appreciates both passion and stability, and they're recognizing that you offer both of these qualities. There's also something here about them wanting to protect and cherish what's developing between you. The King of Cups doesn't take emotional connections lightly, and this person is starting to feel protective of your bond, wanting to nurture it and help it grow. Now let me look at what external circumstances might influence what happens between you in September. I'm pulling a card and getting the Two of Swords, which is bringing up some interesting decision-making energy. The Two of Swords is showing me that there might be some external pressures or competing priorities that require careful navigation in September. This isn't necessarily negative, but it's suggesting that timing and communication are going to be really important. What I'm seeing with this card is that one or both of you might be dealing with some life decisions that aren't directly related to your relationship, but that could impact how much time and energy you have available for each other. The Two of Swords often represents being at a crossroads, needing to choose between different paths. This card is advising you to maintain clear communication during September, especially if outside circumstances create challenges or delays. The Two of Swords reminds us that most relationship problems come from assumptions and lack of communication, rather than actual incompatibility. I'm also getting that there might be some period in September where you need to be patient with each other's processes. The Two of Swords suggests that both of you are weighing your options and considering your choices carefully. This isn't about rejection or disinterest. It's about being thoughtful and intentional. The positive aspect of this card is that it shows both of you taking this connection seriously enough to consider it carefully. You're not rushing into anything, but you're also not dismissing the potential. The Two of Swords ultimately leads to clarity and good decisions when approached with wisdom. Let me pull a card to see what kind of communication or conversation breakthrough might happen in September. The card that wants to come forward is the Nine of Wands. And this is telling me that you've both been through some challenging relationship experiences in the past that have made you cautious. But September is when you both decide this connection is worth taking emotional risks for. The Nine of Wands shows someone who has been through battles and learned from them. Someone who is wise enough to know what they want and strong enough to fight for it. This card is telling me that both of you are approaching this connection from a place of hard-won wisdom rather than naive optimism. What's beautiful about the Nine of Wands appearing here is that it shows resilience and determination. Whatever challenges or uncertainties have been present in your connection, September brings the strength and commitment to work through them. You're both past the point of giving up easily. This card is also suggesting that there might be a conversation in September where you both acknowledge the emotional risks you're taking by pursuing this connection. The Nine of Wands represents conscious courage, choosing to be vulnerable even when you've been hurt before. I'm seeing that this person really respects your strength and your ability to handle whatever life throws at you. The Nine of Wands admires resilience, and they see you as someone who has the emotional and practical strength to be a real partner, someone who won't crumble when things get challenging. The breakthrough conversation that's coming in September is going to be one where you both acknowledge that what you have is special enough to overcome your individual fears and past disappointments. The Nine of Wands is saying that you're both ready to fight for this connection, to protect it and nurture it despite any obstacles. Now, I want to look at what deeper spiritual or karmic energy is at play in this connection. The card I'm getting is the Five of Pentacles, and I know this might look concerning at first glance, but I'm seeing this in such a healing and beautiful way for your September story. The Five of Pentacles traditionally represents hardship or feeling left out in the cold. But in the context of your relationship reading, this card is showing me that both of you have experienced periods of emotional or romantic scarcity that make you deeply appreciate genuine connection when you find it. What this card is telling me is that you and this person have both been through times when you felt like real love and partnership were just outside your reach. You've both experienced disappointment or loneliness that taught you to value authentic connection when it appears in your life. The Five of Pentacles is showing me that September brings healing for both of you around past relationship wounds. This connection isn't just about romance. It's about finding someone who understands what it feels like to have been hurt or disappointed and who treats your heart with the care it deserves. I'm also seeing that this card represents the end of a cycle of relationship scarcity for you, Taurus. The Five of Pentacles shows people walking past a warm, welcoming church, missing the help that's available to them. But September is when you both stop walking past the good thing that's right in front of you and actually step into the warmth and security this connection offers. This card is also telling me that you're going to help heal something in each other during September. The Five of Pentacles represents mutual support and finding refuge in each other's company. You both understand struggle and hardship, and that shared understanding creates incredible depth and compassion in your connection. Let me see what message the universe wants you to know about timing and September specifically. The card coming through is the Ace of Swords, and this is bringing such powerful clarity and breakthrough energy to your reading. The Ace of Swords represents mental clarity, truth, and breakthrough moments. This card is telling me that September brings a moment of absolute clarity about this connection and what it means to you. All the confusion, all the uncertainty, all the mixed signals are going to cut through like a sword revealing the truth underneath. What's exciting about this card is that it represents new ways of thinking and communicating. The Ace of Swords brings fresh perspectives and the ability to see situations with crystal clear vision. September is going to give you insights about this person and this relationship that change everything in the best possible way. I'm seeing a specific moment, probably around September 15th or 16th, where something they say or do is going to create this lightning bolt of understanding. The Ace of Swords is about those moments when everything suddenly makes sense, when you see the whole picture clearly for the first time. This card is also promising honest, direct communication in September. The Ace of Swords cuts through pretense and gets to the heart of matters. You're going to have conversations that are refreshingly honest and clear, where both of you say what you really mean and feel. The Ace of Swords also represents intellectual connection and mental chemistry. This person doesn't just make your heart race, they stimulate your mind, challenge your thinking, introduce you to new ideas and perspectives. September highlights this mental compatibility in beautiful ways. I'm also getting that this card represents triumph over confusion and miscommunication. If there have been misunderstandings or unclear signals between you two, the Ace of Swords is promising that September brings the clarity and communication needed to resolve everything. Now let me pull a card to see what you specifically need to know about your own role in making September magical. The card I'm getting is the Queen of Swords, and this is encouraging you to embrace your sharp intelligence and clear communication style. The Queen of Swords is showing me that September is your time to shine intellectually and communicate with complete honesty and clarity. This card is encouraging you not to dumb yourself down or hide your intelligence to make others comfortable. This person is attracted to your mind as much as anything else about you. What this card is specifically advising is that you approach this connection with the Queen of Swords, trademark directness and authenticity. Don't play games, don't try to be someone you're not, don't soften your edges to seem more appealing. The Queen of Swords is magnetic precisely because she's so genuinely herself. I'm seeing that your ability to cut through nonsense and speak truth is going to be incredibly attractive to this person in September. They admire people who can think clearly and communicate honestly, and the Queen of Swords represents those qualities in their most refined form. This card is also encouraging you to maintain your independence and your own interests while exploring this connection. The Queen of Swords never loses herself in relationships. She remains her own person while creating beautiful partnerships. The Queen of Swords is also telling me that you have the wisdom and discernment to navigate whatever challenges arise in September. Trust your ability to read situations accurately and make good decisions about this relationship. Let me pull one final card to see what the overall energy and outcome looks like for you, and this connection as September comes to a close. The card that wants to come forward is the Ten of Wands, and I'm seeing this as completion and fulfillment rather than burden. The Ten of Wands traditionally represents responsibility and hard work, but in your September love story, this card is showing me that whatever develops between you two is going to require commitment and effort, but effort that feels worthwhile and meaningful. What this card is telling me about the end of September is that you're both going to be ready to take on the beautiful responsibility of a real relationship. The Ten of Wands shows someone who is willing to carry the weight because what they're carrying matters to them. I'm seeing that by the end of September, you'll both recognize that what you have together is worth the work it takes to maintain and grow it. The Ten of Wands doesn't run from responsibility. It embraces it when it serves a meaningful purpose. This card is also showing me that September ends with you feeling fulfilled and accomplished in love. The Ten of Wands represents the satisfaction that comes from building something real and lasting through consistent effort and dedication. What's beautiful about this card appearing at the end of your reading is that it suggests September concludes with both of you being clear about your commitment to each other and your willingness to put in the work to make this connection everything it could be. The Ten of Wands also represents shared responsibility and teamwork. By the end of September, you're not just two people who are attracted to each other, you're partners who are ready to support each other through whatever comes next. So let me wrap up what September has in store for you, beautiful Taurus. This month is bringing such powerful breakthrough energy around connection and emotional truth. You're moving from a phase of mental limitations and confusion into clarity, honest communication, and genuine partnership potential. The person you're asking about has deep, growing feelings for you that are going to become much more apparent and expressed during September. They see you as someone special, someone worth pursuing, someone who brings both emotional fulfillment and practical stability to their life. September is asking you to trust your inner wisdom, communicate with complete honesty, and be willing to take emotional risks for something that could be really beautiful and lasting. The cards are showing me that both of you are mature enough and wise enough to create something real together. The challenges that arise in September are going to be opportunities for growth and deeper understanding rather than relationship-ending obstacles. You have the strength, wisdom, and emotional intelligence to navigate whatever comes up. By the end of September, you're both going to be in a completely different place emotionally, ready to commit to exploring this connection with full hearts and clear intentions. The universe is supporting you in creating something beautiful and lasting with this person. Just remember, Taurus, that your steady, authentic nature is your greatest strength in love. Don't try to be someone you're not to impress anyone. The right person will appreciate exactly who you are, and the cards are telling me that this person does. September is your month to shine in love, to speak your truth, and to trust that what's meant for you will find its way to you. The energy is absolutely beautiful for your sign this month, and I'm so excited to see how this story unfolds for you. Thank you so much for allowing me to read for you today. I hope this gave you some clarity and excitement about what September holds for your heart. Until next time, trust the process and trust your beautiful Taurus intuition.